may be paradise, but that doesn't mean we don't run into trouble from time to time.
Your safety is our #1 priority.
Welcome to Paradiso.
Someone send you over here for something? Sorry, but that's not the type of thing I can just hand over without proper authorization. Do you want to tell me what's going on? Lost or stolen security key card should be reported immediately. You need to report to your supervising officer about that. I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. You really don't have anything better to do? Maybe I can make an exception. Here's a card. Just make sure you give it back when you're done.
Neon is for indulgence and decadence. I'm both disgusted and impressed.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better.
Good. It's time for a change of pace. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon. I suspect a great many things could occur in the Astra Lounge without anyone taking notice.
The assignment is pretty easy.
Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails.
Infinity Ltd. Is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. It's already been taken care of. All you need to worry about is the job at hand. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd. rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
happened to see Lyndon on this floor. Give a girl a heads up?
Supply chain disruption.
Back off.
Scram, I'm on duty.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. Well, I take that as a compliment. Coming from someone as well-dressed as yourself. You either got great taste, or great connections. Maybe even both. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your reasons why. That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business, or just out to escape? Ah, same here. Nothing like a business trip paid in full, especially when there's good downtime. Ryujin Industries. A good guess since we are here in Neon, but no. Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. Cheap is a word quantum synergy should never be associated with. I believed our team had thoroughly researched Infinity, but your comment gives me pause. Their instability was cited as a pain point, but one we could deal with as long as we maintained control of all joint projects. However, upheaval always comes with its own series of issues: delays, morale, public perception, and Drexler has yet to prove he can provide the consistency that I would prefer. Perhaps it really is more than I'm willing to undertake. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, "Never judge a book by its cover," is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
This Aurora stuff!
If this shit doesn't end soon, why not?
I'm impressed. I could not accomplish that.
Why did you drag me in here?
Hey there. You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune?
Can I help you?
This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a class all by itself.
Yeah, I guess. Take a look around. If you find something, I'll help you out, okay?
Welcome to the Emporium. Are you sure you're in the right place? You certainly don't look like one of our usual clientele. My apologies, then. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods. You mean kill him? Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't know how. I've never been terribly good at that sort of thing.
Well, I believe every individual should know how to defend themselves. In this particular case, that course of action seems ill-advised.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with? You won't find a more elegant selection anywhere else. Come back soon. You never know what we'll have.
Hey there, interested. Thanks, another. Range up.
Just the person I wanted to see. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You're a natural, and I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astro Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks. Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
It is good that our restraint is appreciated.
It's well-deserved. Just keep making me look good, and there'll be more where that came from. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain.
Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love. Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits.
Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception. Good. All you need to do is plant the ARC on the service panel of your target. We can handle the rest from here.
Do your best to make sure you aren't seen. The key is to make this look like a malfunction. And good luck. Keep it up, and you'll probably have my job soon.
Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
Excuse me.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
I have never liked Hope-Tech ships, though I suppose that is hardly the point of them.
Keep an eye on your valuables. Except for the factory. Having a good one?
Hey there. Got an update for me?
Good work. Now I can let Masako know how much she'll enjoy watching the news tonight.
As for your performance, there is that bit of trouble to account for along the way. Believe me, I tried to stick up for you, but Lyndon's a real stickler for details.
Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off.
Masako was very pleased with the outcome, so she arranged a bonus through Lyndon.
Apparently you said all the right things when it came to Arthur. Quantum Synergies actually reached out to us to negotiate a potential deal. My sources tell me it was a train wreck. Once her numbers didn't match up, Arthur was all over her with questions. It didn't take long for her to break composure, and that's when she lost Zola. So you could say that presentation went perfectly, as far as we're concerned. Hence the bonus. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between. You earned it. So, back to business. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Good. Luckily, there aren't many, besides the usual. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market.
The current schematic was sent to their star yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. You'll find the Trident Luxury Line star yard orbiting Aquila in the Cheyenne system.
Remember, same rules apply. Don't get caught, and don't make a mess.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. That's all we need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City. Welcome to Trident Star Yard. All customers are welcome to enjoy our amenities.
How you doing, Sweet Pea?
Well, I'm okay. But I'd be a lot better if...
Let me guess, you'd be a lot better if you had a bigger book allowance.
You know me so well, Dad. So, what do you say?
Docking in 3, 2, 1.
Hey there.
I have heard much debate on whether Trident ships are overpriced. I have never flown one myself, so I cannot be sure.
Just making sure everyone feels safe.
No funny business, all right?
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan. For contraband, you could be on your way. That's all we...
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself.
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic? Good work. R&D's been looking forward to this one. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process, but first, Ularu wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
I hope I can wrap up this next assignment quick. The razor ball.
I think that was the single most stressful experience.
Can I help you? Name and appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salso is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
You know,
I've
if
got
they
my
aren't
eye on
willing, that leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details
Don't
later.
wander into any
My
restricted
next
areas.
appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting. Look who's on the executive floor. Moving up, I see.
You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments, and 1 specialized.
Oh, a few incidents here and there, but nothing we can't handle, right? I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact is Simon Ryujin. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in, so his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits, so if you have negotiation skills, use them. Oh, you'll get the information if you want to hang on to your job. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Locked out for a reason. Let us see what it is.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
What a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. Not a sports fan, huh? Why don't you take a hike? You think you're funny, huh? I know your type. Come back when you know how to take your job seriously. Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us. Very well. If we are not presented with a more reasonable offer, we will be left with no choice but to take the information.
I don't think Ryujin would be too happy to hear about losing one of their informants.
Well, I do not work for Ryujin, so I care little what they might think. All I care about is a fair price.
Alright, I get it. You want reasonable? This is as low as I go. I knew you'd see reason. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Nice doing business with you.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game. What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. It is also advised that only approved landing pads as the UC Marines are not responsible for incidents caused by strange conditions.
Sometimes I feel like these mines just run themselves.
Took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. Project Dominion? That can't be right. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Don't cause any trouble.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Hey, Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news.
Skill. Lox is admirable.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity LTD has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fiennes, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
Got my eye on
Good. You're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity LTD. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective. It's certainly a failing. But for now, we're focusing on redemption. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nyx to investigate her. But he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment. We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nyx will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer, that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect. If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible. Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections the mole may have, so we can't risk informing our security team. If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up. Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure, one that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks. Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
I've got my eye on you.
This deal could be huge for our company.
My career will be over if this deal falls.
Got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor. And should he? Nothing's for free, you know. Cost is a given. While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Cho's. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple.
I believe this Camden Cho might consider it a problem, but it is your decision.
I hoped you'd see it that way. Like I said with Camden, all you've got to do is run this little beauty on Alaru Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Alaru has is bound to take some real work, more than my little setup here can handle. It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
I have little use for robots, especially ones too small to carry supplies or serve as cover in combat.
You're making things harder for yourself! You're not authorized to be here. Nice try, but the building is off limits. I'll be the judge of that. Yeah, I hope so. Hey, I'm just trying to be careful here. Look, I'll trust you, but if any of us catch you on another floor, we'll shoot first and ask questions later.
Where did you learn to do that? I imagine it was not part of your training as a miner.
Something. You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do a solid favor, never... Scum of the galaxy. Trust them.
drone robot. Stupid. These things are so cool. I have one of the old models.
I hope you can do this without locking us out of the system.
running if you know what's good for you. Ryujin security. No sudden moves. Nice try, but the... Well... maybe I'm just being paranoid. Look, I'll trust you. But if any of us catch you on another floor, we'll shoot first and ask questions later.
Where did you learn to do that? I imagine it was not part of your training as a runner.
You don't belong here. I'm taking you down. Nice try, but the building is off limits. You sure didn't get in by any authorized... Well... I'm glad you understand. I'm trying to be... Look, I'll trust...
It is pleasing to speak with you.
You're making things harder for yourself. Ryujin security. No sudden moves. Why do I always get the... Stop running it! Ryujin security. No sudden move. You want to do this?
yourself!
Ryujin has certainly taken time to craft an appearance for itself. Narrow amps are
Ryujin
fascinating,
security!
are they not?
No sudden moves.
I am still surprised they have not been completely outlawed.
Oh, you want to do this?
Stop running if you know what's good for you!
Stop running if you know what's good for you!
You need to leave this area immediately.
Don't be stupid! Stop now!
Stop running if you know what's good for you! Stop running if you know what's good for you! Don't be stupid! Stop! Now!
You're making things harder for yourself!
I am engaging the enemy.
Stop now!
for yourself.
If you know what's good for you!
Stop running if you know what's good for you! Don't be stupid! Stop now! Ryujin security. No sudden moves. Nice try, but... Yeah. I'll be the judge of... I'm starting to... Enough talking. You're coming with me. Stop running! You're making things harder for yourself! You don't belong here. Nice try, but the... Yeah. I'll be the judge. Yeah. I'm glad you... Look, stop running if you know what's good for you!
Please refrain from engaging in any criminal activity.
Neuroamps are fascinating, are they not? I'm still surprised they've not been completely outlawed. Ah, a face I never mind seeing. What can I do for you? You will be lost without me. Ryujin has certainly taken time to craft an appearance for itself. Neuroamps are fascinating, are they not?
Stop running if you know what's good for you!
Nothing
You're making
completely
things harder
outlawed.
for yourself!
Ah, a face I never mind seeing. You will be lost. I'm glad to see you. You will be lost with...
Stop running if you know what's good for you! Don't be stupid! Stop! Now! Ryujin security. Nice try, but the build... Well, if you say so. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I'm trying to be reasonable here. Look, I'll trust you, but if any of us catch you on another floor, we'll shoot first and ask questions later.
I'll never leave Neon. For someone in my business, there's no better place. So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. Just brimming with confidence, aren't you? But I've seen your work in the trade tower, so I'll at least give you some credit. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look. The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. First, I'll just save off Mr. Cho's info. My client will very much appreciate that. Now on to Ms. Chen. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going to paint the best picture for Ms. Imogene Salzo. But bear in mind, you're dealing with some pretty talented people when it comes to falsifying information. I can be sure because I know my business. But like anything, evidence alone can't tell the full story. The rest is up to you and Dalton to piece together. And don't be too sure about that. Imogene was practically raised in the corporate underworld. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything she does. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
If the gangs can keep on killing each other.
Ryujin CEO is no joke anymore. Keep out of my way and I'll keep out.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work. I figured as much. Lucky for us, he doesn't have any motive to use this information against us. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, she has the means and access, but things are rarely so cut and dry. Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. We have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
What is it?
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene? Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know? Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet. Your guess is as good as mine. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks, but this is my job. And there's a reason I'm in charge of the technicians here. Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store on the outside, high-tech hideout on the inside. Of course, the only people that really know that are Ryujin, Bayu, and the Syndicate itself. Good. I'd hate to see what sort of drama might get stirred up if you went around him. Or Maybe I'd love it. Keep the workplace interesting, right? Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
I hate being stuck in the office.
You must be in someone's places.
My company's future.
No Imogene, I see. Could she really be onto us already? Of course, Yuko would know. If Imogene's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak with Benjamin Bayou. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. If we're lucky, he may even help us get to Imogene. Good, because without it, this adds a complexity that we do not have time for. Head over to the trade tower and be discreet. Let Bayou know that you're there on Ryujin's behalf. He may ask for credits or even a favor. Just give him what he wants. The sooner, the better. We don't want to give a clever mind like hers any more room than we have to. Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she's truly the mole, she'll have a lot to answer to. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it as an admission of guilt. I'm afraid you'll have to dispose of her. The risk of Imogene continuing to operate as a traitor is too high. If we don't dispose of her now, she could cause a great deal of harm to this company. She knows the consequences of betraying Ryujin, which makes her dangerous. If the situation does take a turn for the worst, I only ask that you perform a thorough search for any evidence she may have in her possession. I trust you won't let your past relationship cloud your judgment.
stranger in the depths of space if they know how to get where we're going better than I do. Unknown ship, you read me? Thanks, you're a lifesaver. My wife and I are trying to get to Volai Alpha. I keep telling her we're on the right track, but she insists our heading's wrong.
That's because we did jump past it.
Robin, can you go 5 minutes without interrupting me?
Maybe if you listened to me every once in a while, I wouldn't have to interrupt you.
Already got one, thanks. She's the one who suggested this damn trip. Visit the big city, she said. The excitement will be good for you two.
Oh, if only someone had suggested a quiet weekend at home instead of traipsing around the entire galaxy in a rental ship.
If only. Look, do you know the way or not? The sooner we get off this ship, the better. Oh, great. Thanks for nothing, pal.
John, that's no way to treat a stranger. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Thanks for your help. Make your way.
Something you need?
Yes? I'm glad you're back. Let's get moving. Let's see what you've got. Bye. Hey, there'll be plenty of time for shooting later. I picked up something you might be interested in. Yeah? I should start charging for my services. So long.
I've been applying to different methods.
Another day, another shift.
Keep your nose clean.
I don't recall sending for anyone. What do you want? No. I can always make time when it comes to an old friend. So, what would be the reason? I may consider Ryujin an ally, but Dalton especially knows I don't give anything blindly. As long as it doesn't involve the Syndicate members themselves, I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the Syndicate lets you in hassle-free, provided you do a little something for me. Excellent. One of the Syndicate leaders, Kumio, has a slate with some information on it that's better off in my hands. Agree to bring it to me, and you've got yourself a deal. Isn't that why we're here? To make each other's lives easier? Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning. The Syndicate should let you search any common areas. But if Kumiho catches you snooping around her own quarters for that slate, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities.
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private penthouse. If Benjamin Bayou's ego was as combustible as helium-3, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the settled systems.
I'm a little busy right now. Days are too short. Life is too long.
You lost, kiddo? Oh, so you're the one getting special treatment. Don't look like much to me. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. 3rd floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season. That's what I like to hear. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better.
Hold it right there. Yeah, right. You're not the only way you get a private tour of our personal space. We may have had a few dealings in the past, but that doesn't make us friends. Now beat it. If I catch you trying anything again,
next time.
Hiding
Hope
spot.
you're ready to fight.
Well, this amount of firepower is a bit of overkill, wouldn't you say? You try anything? Switching to a new target. And that, my friend, is how we do things on Jemison. See if they've got any weapons or ammo.
Leave this girl!
Figured our paths would cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by all the syndicate here. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me. You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nyx owed me a favor and gave me the heads up. Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay? I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. Look, I only know about Project Dominion because I wanted to know exactly what I was being accused of leaking. But that tech is dangerous. An internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people? If the evidence points to me, it's because Ularu used it to set me up. What better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them actually perform the actions?
The existence of a device that can control a person's mind is terrifying. Imagine the horrors you could... Oh, never mind. I don't want to think about it.
Power, of course. Corporations maintain their success by any means necessary, but there are some measures Masako is reluctant to take. You may have noticed that none of your assignments directly involve murder. Masako reserves those actions only when it's absolutely necessary. Ularu sees this as a sign of weakness that needs to be dealt with. It's the only scenario that makes sense. Besides, what's my motive?
My career is solid at Ryujin. Infinity can't possibly beat my current benefits. Believe me, after having to play double agent, I've learned all of this firsthand. That's exactly what I've been doing here. Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind the desk for years now. I knew she'd miss something. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver it to Dalton. It's the only way I can prove I'm innocent. I was hoping you would. I'm still going to lay low until I hear the coast is clear. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll remain confident that her plan is working. And I know you don't hear it much around the office, but thanks.
So Ularu is the actual culprit. That complicates things. We're going to have to proceed very carefully. Might send someone after us. They've got any weapons or ammo.
out.
Website's changed.
Ryujin's latest returns. I trust you've got what I wanted? I'll always say the best thing about working with Ryujin is you never fail to come through. Things aren't always flawless, but the end result is always beneficial. It's been a pleasure. And tell Dalton I'll expect he'll send me any updates on this little situation of his, should it have any effect on my business.
Well, look who's back. So tell me, what did you find out? Inside the Syndicate? That area's off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there. If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk, and I can be a very patient person. Oh my, Imogene pointing the finger at Ularu. That would be a first. Ularu will want her head when she finds out. Those two have been a team ever since Imogene started here. And saying they had a student-teacher relationship is probably an understatement. For either one to betray what we all assumed they had, It's more than a bit surprising. Of course she did. Imogene knows better than to make an accusation like that without being able to back it up. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. This situation is gonna give Dalton some serious anxiety. At least it sounds like Imogene has it under control. For now. A mole? No. Ularu's not about to work for another corporation. If she's betraying Ryujin, she's doing it under her own personal agenda. You and me both. Imogene and I may not always get along, but there's no one better at her job. Besides, I don't have the patience to build a relationship with someone new.
Keep out of my way.
That is an absolutely gorgeous statue. The craftsmanship, it's unparalleled. I wonder if it was hand-carved.
I've got my eye on you.
Is there something I can help you with? Excuse me? Let me close this door before you say anything else you might regret. Just a moment. Shutting the door and engaging locks. That's better. And that's quite the story you just threw in my face. Not to mention a serious accusation. And just where is this absurd notion coming from? Is this a game? I wasn't aware. Oh, will you? If you only knew the number of truths we corporations hide on a daily basis, perhaps you'd rethink that statement. Dalton. You obviously don't know him at all. Looks like someone's been brushing up on their corporate skills. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd. But I'm no mole. That depends on how you define innocent. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead. A CEO who can make the hard decisions. Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. Today, they're more about ensuring success, by any means necessary. So, now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's? Well, it seems we're at an impasse now. The only way you stop me from carrying out my plans to depose Masako is to kill me. You could try to get me fired, but that only delays my plans. Face it, this isn't a game you can win. Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have is circumstantial at best. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure the odds are in my favor. I admit, I misjudged Infinity Ltd's level of competency. If only I'd have gone to see Simon myself, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But I've learned from that mistake. So good luck. You won't find a thing.
They know how to make a client feel welcome.
You're back. And Imogene? So you did find her, and yet failed to bring her in. I'm looking forward to this explanation. I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate herself. But if this slate provides indisputable evidence to corroborate your story, well, that's enough proof for me. It will be a relief to reinstate Imogene as well. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Once I've examined this evidence, I may need your help in moving forward. And not a word about this to anyone. I'll present what I have to the board once I've completed a full report.
The company's future might be riding on this deal.
Ryujin CEO is no...
Don't cause any trouble.
I need that Rothosite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back. Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. In due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Veena Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Oh yeah, marketing and finance wouldn't have it any other way.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Veena can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
I think implanting that device into your head is a mistake. But it's your choice, not mine.
Good. I'm glad you see this as an opportunity.
And I love a willing subject. Now it's just a matter of getting the key ingredient. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called Rothosite.
The last shipment we were supposed to receive never arrived, and we've gotten no response to our queries from the station. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to keep the discovery quiet, so it's unusual for them not to respond. It's unlikely. The team has a proven track record with us in the past. They've always been extremely competent and reliable. We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Veena can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again. The station is called CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. Unfortunately, we had to cut ties with our supply chain manager, Camden Cho, and his replacement is still getting up to speed. Otherwise, I may have had more useful information. I can't discuss the details. Company policy. Camden managed all of our outside contracts. He set up the initial agreements with Consolidated Mining, so he had on-site access and knowledge that we could have used. Be prepared for anything. Once you have the shipment, bring it straight back to Vina.
I hate to think about what might have happened on the station.
Landing commencing.
Good day, Captain.
Secure.
I've visited worlds with temperatures this low before, and it's never been a pleasant experience.
reminds me of the bunks on a UC Navy ship. Everyone crammed into the smallest area possible to maximize space.
Engage!
Hey, that's not fair. Ha! Nice.
I guess they ran away.
Secure the area.
I've heard about these tunnel boring machines, but never had the opportunity to see one of them in person.
you're not pestering the captain, right, Cora?
Pester? You think I'm a pest?
Oh, never. Poor choice of words.
Of course.
So this book collection fund I heard about?
Good day, Captain.
You know if you go out there with no helmet on, your head will totally explode.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. An outbreak? I haven't heard anything about this. Understood. Here's an access card. Good luck.
Sean, I don't want to go through this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath, and I'd say this is a firm violation.
Look, we got that shit right. Although who knows what they is. But maybe improvements really are on. Now please, get back to Kyle. Make sure his vitals are stable. I don't want to lose him. We'll figure this out. I promise.
Fine. But if we lose Kai, that's it. I'm going to SSNN. I don't give a shit about my career anymore.
You and me both.
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area. Fine. I'll tell you. We're on a private contract with Infinity Ltd. It's for something they call Project Dominion. Dr. Lane and I were instructed to conduct human trials on several volunteers. So far, only one patient has survived. You're telling me? When Infinity hired us, they said human trial authorization was already underway and we'd have the approvals in a matter of days. But days went by and nothing. Every time we'd ask, it was always just days away, but we kept working. Between the money and potential success, it was easy to tell ourselves that they'd come through.
Sean, what the hell is going on here? Who is this? It's moments like these when I think I just need to hear someone say it out loud. Sean spoke the truth. We thought the approval would arrive any day, so we continued with the project. By the time we started to catch on, it was already too late. We were too immersed in the lie.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Those are human lives we're talking about, but you're treating them like data points on a slate.
You really think that's possible? Don't you think the guilt of living with this would be enough punishment?
No, he's right, Ken. It's what you and I both deserve after going along with this mess. How long have we talked about walking away or refusing to work? We oversaw the death of 9 people here, and it may as well be 10. Infinity may have lied to us, but they also paid us well enough that we did nothing.
You'd let some stranger like this just ruin our careers?
Yes, and you're going to let them too. Go ahead. Get whatever information you need to take this place and Infinity down. I'll make sure Dr. Lane remains cooperative.
If you hadn't shown up, I'm really not sure what I would have done.
always tell you this could happen, you just...
You're out there a lot, right? Space. Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers.
Might not be Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
Board's all green. Successful job.
Ship's done. Let's go.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
What kind of name is Sys-Def, anyway?
Always
now,
thought heat leeches were
I'll only the...
Never considered trying to
Stay
raise
safe out
one
there.
as a pet. Imagine having
Well, if
your
it
own
isn't,
Teramo.
just gotten a new... Need more weapons or ammo? Come see me. Da, I get it. This better be for...
I have something I need to discuss with you. When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss. Can I help?
I hope you came. Hey, come back and see me sometime.
Looking to. I hope you've brought me. Always looking forward. Your credits are always good at the Trade Authority.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first. Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless. Well, the position didn't last long. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. No. This is important. I need to tell you this. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship, but I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight. I believe you, but you haven't heard the worst of this. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. And last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do. It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait until they were safe. The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die. Thank you. But condolences can't reverse what I've done. I was caught up in the moment. An inexperienced captain making rash decisions that cost people their lives. Try telling that to their loved ones. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal! I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial. Bad luck. That sounds familiar. You once told me, no matter how hard you fight, there are some battles you simply can't win. I wish I had heard your advice long ago. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us. After everything you've heard, all my stories, you still have faith. No one's ever cared about me this much. Not even Aja. You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close. I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right, and now that it's here, my mind's gone blank. Look, you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage. Too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactic Talk. My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the settled system. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth. I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Craigs. Good evening, Mr. Criggs.
Good evening, Gail. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Yes, well...
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.
Frankly, I was a bit surprised to receive any type of response at all. Would you mind telling me why you decided...
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out
Because there comes a time in every pirate's
wasting
life
time.
where they have
Lena
to make
needs
an
that
extremely
shipment.
important decision.
Hey there. Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothicite. Were there any survivors? Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing? So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least bit of remorse. Ugh.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. I see. Should we use any of this information to expose Infinity Ltd, I can keep their names confidential. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothicite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
It's good to see you again.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
Good. You're right on time. I re-evaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
I had a feeling Imogene wasn't responsible. That poor woman.
Yes. You made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
Must that poor woman's name be continuously dragged through the mud? These nonsensical decisions need to stop.
I agree. But others may see the decision as irrational without adequate proof. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program. So this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So before you go, I want you to bring that program to me. Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting. We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. I know you're not insinuating that this is my fault.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority the experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Sako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
If only there were more hours in the day.
Limits to most people.
Double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
Possess advanced surgical
Already checked in 4 times.
The fact that the neuroamp can control and manipulate people against their will is disgusting. The device shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. Of course, we've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
I hope you know what you're doing. I worry about you. Be safe.
You appear dehydrated. I suggest the immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Warning. This unit
So, how are you feeling? You look good? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation. Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says. That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
one hand, I'm fascinated by the incredible technology. On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands. I've never been so
Oh my god,
divided
that
about
was
something
incredible.
in my life.
What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects? Yes. Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neural isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
I can't believe Vina finally pulled it off. With my help, of course.
All right, relax.
I couldn't ask for a pardon.
Hello.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Good, you're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.